You were also talking about how enjoyable it is to play. And it's funny you mentioned that because as I was listening, I actually was thinking that, I wish that I could find the arrangements of this to play as well, because even recently, like my wife and I were looking for some Christmas pieces to maybe play, and I looked at some of them, and they're all kind of aimed at young kids, and the melody is fairly simple. The piano part's never really that interesting. But here there was moments where it almost sounded like Brahms or something, like you really had the piano take over. And then other moments really sounded like Philip Glass, like The Amazing Grace. I love that intro. That's for me, I love that stuff. But then other moments sounded like Bach. I'm like, wow, there's so much inspiration in here. And also the clarinet part was quite melismatic at times and really interesting. And the phrasing, you're right, the exposition, I was like, wow, this is really musically deep and interesting. And not in a way that ever breaks the truth behind the pieces, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like it's not like one of them it's not like a Schoenbergian one on there. Like from what I could tell anyways, I would have turned it off at that point. But,
Yeah,
but no, I really loved it. It was, I don't want to say it's easy listening, but it was enjoyable listening,
Yeah, thanks. So
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, cause you mentioned like the name of the album, Reflections, it kind of has two meanings, and you kind of touched on one of them. One of them is that it's kind of they're a new spin, a classical spin on these really old traditional hymns, and so we want to reflect something new, but we will always want to reflect back to that truth and tradition that are spoken in those hymns, but bring something new to the table through the classical spin on it and just taking it deeper. And we like to tell people that God created music and that's his language, and so as musicians we get to recreate it and reflect back to him as creator. So it kind of, those are the two meanings, kind of where we got the name Reflections and kind of our aim with the album. So